Hello everyone, I'm excited to welcome you all back to another episode of Christian Musicians Corner podcast. Now, for those of you who are just listening to this for the first time, Christian Musicians Corner podcast is brought to you by JPlum Music, and it is simply an audio version of the Christian Musicians Corner blog. Alright, so today on Christian Musicians Corner podcast, we are going to be doing another music review. And the title of the music we are going to be reviewing today is Nights in Atlanta. So let's just dive into the review. Okay? Nights in Atlanta is the first single off the soon-to-be released 11th studio album of multi-Grammy nominated Christian hip-hop star Da Truth. Alright? The album to be released is titled Emmanuel. It's slated to be released later on in January, and it happens to be titled after one of his birth names. Alright, so Nights in Atlanta has a total playtime of 145 seconds. That's 2 minutes 25 seconds if you're wondering what that is. Da Truth released the song on the 25th of November 2022 after a long while of not releasing any new music. So Nights in Atlanta is both a song of reflection and a song of affirmation. It's the kind of song you just sit down and listen to reflectively, right? There are lots of emotions in the song. Da Truth takes us down memory lane to various childhood experiences he had, such as being bullied and losing his friend and so on and so forth. However, the assurance that Christ is with him and will never leave him is re-echoed throughout the song. Alright, so that's just a general overview of the song. It's a reflective song. Alright, so before we go further to look at the strong points of the song, I'd like to just play a few seconds from the song so that you get a feel of what it sounds like. So here it is. You'll never leave me down. You'll never leave me down. Alright, I know you would have loved to listen to more of that, but it's available on major DSPs, so you could just look out for Nights in Atlanta and you'll listen to the rest of the song. But like I said earlier, we're going to just look at the strong points of the song. Alright, so the strongest point of Nights in Atlanta is the vocal delivery of both Da Truth and Greg Koss. Alright, Greg Koss is the person who sang the hook. So they both did an excellent job with portraying the message of the song in a way that it sinks deep in the minds of anyone that listens. Alright, the song is meant to be emotional, and you could hear the emotion in both the rap verses and the hook. So that for me is the strongest point of the song. The next strong point is the relevance of the message of the song. Alright, the central message of the song is that God is always with us, talking about his children now. Alright, irrespective of the experiences that we have in life, whether positive or negative. Alright, God is always with us. His commitment to being with us outweighs our life's experiences. So whether or not we feel his presence, he will never leave us. Alright, so this is in line with the promises of God in scripture. So even when we're going through bad and difficult and negative experiences in life, it doesn't mean that God has left us. He is always with us. Alright, so that's the main message of the song. Alright, so another strong point of Nights in Atlanta is the production. Alright, the song has what I call a minimalistic production. Alright, what do I mean by that? There were no much instrumentation. It was just kept simple and minimal. That is just what that song needed. It makes it easy for listeners to focus on the words of the song and hence be blessed by it. Alright, so there were no distractions with instrumentation and all of that. Those are what I consider the strong points of Nights in Atlanta by Da Truth. Alright, so in conclusion, Nights in Atlanta is a beautiful song. I enjoyed listening to it a lot. Alright, now I expected a third verse though. Alright, so this is something I personally had would have loved to have heard in the song. All right, I expected a third verse, something to wrap up and highlight the message of the song more clearly. All right, the message of the song is very clear as you listen to the hook of the song, but maybe it's just me, but I really expected to have heard a third verse. All right, so that's just me personally. All right, but on a scale of 10, I would give this song a 9. All right, it's a beautiful song. It's available on major streaming platforms everywhere, so you could just search for Nights in Atlanta by Da Truth and you will listen to this beautiful song. All right, so this is where we're going to end this review today. All right, but before I wrap up, I just want to remind you all, or inform you all, for those of you who are listening to this podcast for the first time, that if you would like your own song or album to be reviewed, it's just a simple thing. Just send an email to jplummusic@gmail.com. all right, make sure to include an mp3 of the song and a few details that you think we would need, like the artist featured, the release date, maybe the artwork of the song, and some other details that you think we will need to do this review. Just maybe a little bio of you as the artist. And also, all of those details, just send it in an email, and make sure you check your email, because we are going to reply you with details as regards what next to do. All right, so we charge a little token for reviews, so when you send the email, you're gonna know how much we charge. All right, so that's where we're going to wrap it up today. Thank you very much for listening to this podcast from the beginning to this point. I'll see you in the next one. For now, bye bye.